everyone, 207 Card Guys here from the Burkhart compound, the shed, top secret location here in the woods of Maine. Amazing memorabilia here. I'm Pete.
Tim. Mike.
Yeah, and this is Mike. We just had an outstanding meal here of ribs and beans, cornbread, great desserts, outstanding stuff. My son Robert's over here as well, hanging out with us. So, Mike, we want to start off by asking you a few questions, if you don't mind here. You know, your memorabilia here is tremendous, and I'm going to take some pictures of some of these things a little bit later to add to the video. But you've got your bats here, your memorabilia bats. You've got autographed pictures on the wall, helmets. You can see here behind us, autographed picture of Bill Belichick, Muhammad Ali. Stuff is everywhere. Mike, how did you get started in collecting memorabilia?
Well, the first autograph I got, and I looked for it today, I couldn't find it. It's in the house someplace, but was a Stan Musial autograph. My uncle got it for me back when I was 8 years old.
Really? Yeah.
And been a baseball fan, obviously, all my life. And we started collecting some of this stuff because we built this shed to kind of have a place to have friends down, to hang out, to watch games and what have you. And it just kind of took off from there. And the first bat I ever made is up on the wall behind us, in front of us actually. It's a bat that my wife and I had for our wedding, and we had the guest sign that bat. That was our welcome bat.
Yeah. And
as you know, we're all in the same fantasy baseball league.
Oh yeah.
And I started making a bat for the champions, past champions, and you guys seem to really like them.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes,
and,
they're great.
And kind of.
Not that I've won a whole lot. Okay,
no.
One here too.
Only one here. But that kind of encouraged me to put a couple online.
Yeah.
And when I put them online, they have to be seen by the director of the Ted Williams Hitters Hall of Fame Museum, and now the Ted Williams Foundation. And we talked, and he orders them from me now.
Yeah.
And that first sale was like 200 bats that I did. That initial
amazing.
sale, and we just did 12 Joe Mauer. Joe Mauer is signing with the foundation tomorrow in Minneapolis. So
that's fantastic.
That's what really took it off, was the fact that I actually had a little extra money and could do some things. So.
Yeah, and I've been to the Ted Williams Hitters Hall of Fame when it was down in Tampa, and it was amazing. Me knowing Mike and Mike saying his bats were down there in the exhibits, and I was walking around with my family, with my son over here, and looking at them and going, yeah, my friend made that bat. Hey, check this one out over here. He made that one too. And it was just such a great, almost like an insider feeling that, yeah, I know somebody who made that stuff there. It was a really, really cool thing. In fact, Mike also made these jerseys right here for us. 207 Card Guys official jerseys that we will be wearing at the National this year. It's gonna be tremendous. Mike, what is, aside from, I'm sure your answer would be the bat for you and Kim there.
Right.
Aside from that, what is the piece of memorabilia here that you have in the shed that is the most meaningful to you?
It's a good question. I think probably the Ted Williams jersey.
Yeah.
That's up above, signed Ted Williams jersey.
Yeah.
It's probably the most expensive piece, but it means a lot because of Ted.
Yeah.
You know, getting to know the director Dave and talking with him and getting a little insight on Ted's life. I've become really a big fan of who he was and the type of person he was. So
yeah.
I probably the Ted Williams jersey. I'm partial to that 500 home run ball.
Yeah.
As well. I like that one a lot. But yeah, probably those.
What item out here, or piece of memorabilia maybe that you have in the house, is the item that you just lucked into? You got it and you're like, holy cow, I can't believe that I just got this.
Tom Brady and Tom Brady signed jersey and a Bobby Orr signed jersey.
Yeah.
I used a thing called fatfingers.com. And what fatfingers.com does is it does misspellings of common words, and it searches on eBay. So you put in Tom Brady, and all the things that are misspelled that are related to Tom Brady come out.
Yep.
He spelled Brady, braid. He put an E instead of a Y. So it came out. So the Tom Brady, I got up at 2 in the morning, put a bid down. I put $200 down. It wound up going for $138. The guy that I got that from emailed me. I told him that he did not have to honor that. It was a mistake. He said, my mistake. He said, you bought from me before. A couple of the signed pictures behind me are from him.
Yeah.
And I had bought from him before. Same deal with the Bobby Orr. The Bobby Orr jersey went at like 3 in the morning, and I happened to get up, and I think that was like $145.
Yeah, that's spectacular.
For that jersey as well. So I lucked into those.
Yeah.
Those are, well, this whole thing is luck.
Yeah.
I mean, the people that, we've done bats for, you guys have come down to the Grand State dinners and gotten to meet some great people, and meeting these Hall of Famers is just beyond anything.
Yeah, it's a fun thing, and I know that for myself and now my son, collecting is just so much fun, and it's great when you can display these items. It's great that you can have them up and enjoy them, sit back and look at them. But for me, it's also that hunt, and it's that searching and 100%. What am I going to find next, and going on different websites or going on to different stores and finding those items and going, look at what I just got right here. This is,
and we share.
Absolutely.
We've all sent texts to each other of things that. Pictures of things that we found here and there. And
the Michael Jordan book.
I just found a Michael Jordan signed book.
Yeah.
At Goodwill of all places for $5. I mean, you're just not going to find that.
Right.
No.
Yeah. Tim, not to put you on the spot here, but do you have any questions for Mike at all? Or?
Well, I know one of the things that Mike has done over the years is these bats, which are incredible. But what really comes to mind for me is that when we went to those Granite State, meals, the Fisher Cats, the minor league team of the Toronto Blue Jays. But when we went there, he would have bats, Mike, you would have bats for one of the athletes there, i.e. Wade Boggs.
Yeah.
And I just wanted you to let people know what happened in maybe that, meeting of Wade Boggs, and how that, developed even further.
He's an interesting guy, Wade. Biggest head you've ever seen. And extremely bow-legged. I don't think people realize that. But when he was standing, and I was talking with him one day, we were down in Tampa the first year that we did it, and they were doing a 20th anniversary get-together, and we brought bats up to the suite where he was to have him sign them. And I noticed that when he was standing, you could slip a basketball right between his knees. He's so bow-legged. But he's just like anyone else. And in fact, the picture that I have of him on that bat is he's pointing up when he got his 3,000th hit, which was a home run. He was the first player to get his 3,000th hit, a home run. Ricky Henderson did as well, but he was the first player to do it.
Yeah.
And he was pointing, and he got emotional with that, and he teared up a little bit, and he said that pointing to my mom. He'd lost his mom in a car accident.
Oh, wow.
And he was pointing up to his mom, thanking his mom. So I come away with that is that he's just like anyone else. I mean, he's a famous ball player.
Yeah.
He's one of the best hitters ever. In fact, he has the highest batting average in Fenway Park. He had 368 for his career. Ted hit 363. But
holy cow!
But Boggs hit 368.
I didn't know that. That's amazing.
Boggs hit 368 there for his career, and
we let him go.
We did let him go, but he's a really nice guy. I remember going down. It was one year where you guys didn't come down. I had my daughter come instead, and we did a signing down in their locker room, and Wade was late getting there. And this was kind of a neat story. He came in, and my daughter was standing next to my wife, And Wade came in and goes, "Hey, Mike, nice to see you. What do you have for me?" And he shook my hand, and I got lots of stuff out. And my daughter said to my wife, "That's Wade Boggs." And Kim goes, "Yeah." He goes, "But he knows Dad." And Kim goes, "Yeah." And he goes, "No, he knew Dad." And to hear her say that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
It was kind of cool to hear her say that, and she got a little bit thrilled that night as well herself. She had one of her favorite movies was A League of Their Own.
Yeah.
And she loved that movie as a kid. We used to watch that on snow days. And we had one of the ladies, one of the original Peaches, came there to sign, and I had Katie do the signing. I brought the bats over to her. I said, "I want you to sit down and help this young lady right here." And Katie started to cry, and the lady stood up and asked her to stand up. She hugged her, and she said, "You never know what this world will bring us to, you know."
Yeah.
And she said, "No."
That's
So she got
awesome.
to sit down and do that. Yeah, we've had some really good experiences with the museum, and we try to share those when we can with
Yeah.
you guys. You guys come down a
Oh,
lot.
absolutely.
Oh, it's
down
been-
to a lot of the things. And
It's been fantastic.
it's funny. You guys have those bats.
Yes.
Yep.
And
Red Sox Nation.
I don't have
Yep.
one.
Yeah.
I don't have one. I did. Mine is. I have one, but it's over there. It's not a. Theirs is blue with a red handle, and mine is just plain.
Yeah, that's it, Robert. Oh, nope, on the other side.
You know, and we've got people, you know, at this
Keep going. Two more.
benefit, and it's really a benefit to, you know, help not only the Fisher Cats, but surrounding boys clubs, girls club, that type of thing. And you know, I've got Wade Boggs on that bat, and Rico Petrocelli, and Louis Tiant. You know, all the Red Sox. Bob, I think, what was it? Was Bob Stanley there one year?
Yep.
Bob Stanley,
Bob Stanley.
Rich Gedman, yep.
Oil Can Boy was there one time.
Oil Can.
Yep.
And, you know, so
Louis
we have-
Tiant was a good friend of mine there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Louis was really, you know, my first show, Mike didn't tell me. Okay, so you can get one autograph.
Yes.
You don't want to ask for two. And so he never told me that, so I get to Louis Tiant, and I said, "Hey, Mr. Tiant, you know, love to, you know, get your autograph on this card and on this ball." And he looked at me like I had three heads. And honest to goodness, if looks could kill, I think I died that night. So
And then I followed it up asking for two as well, and that was not a good idea.
So the end of the night comes, and we're all leaving, and, you know, Louis Tiant's with his wife, and some of these guys were just hanging out. And I went up to him, I said, "Mr. Tiant, I'd love for you to sign this poster." They had posters of all the people that were there. And "Oh, absolutely, he was one of the nicest people." I said to Pete on the way out, I said, "Geez, I guess we just needed to have his wife there to get two done." But he really was.
Yeah.
And Mike has brought us along for those just memorable nights, memorable times. And I got to thank you, Mike,
yes.
obviously.
Absolutely.
Rarefied air that you're breathing.
Yeah.
You know, that's
No,
what happens.
absolutely.
Well, and from a personal standpoint, for me, Pete Rose made an appearance at one of those dinners.
did.
And I said in the last video, my all-time favorite player. And Mike happened to have an extra ticket that night and asked if my son wanted to go. So I got to share that opportunity of having Pete Rose interact, talk with my son getting to see one of my heroes there. And it was emotional for me. It was,
You were shaking.
I was shaking. I was.
You came back to the table. You were shaking so hard. My wife went up and bought you a drink.
Yes,
Brought
yes.
it back and said,
I
"Here, have
remember.
this."
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
were shaking. You had that big sign that was signed. He's an awfully nice guy. He was a very nice guy.
Yes. Yeah.
He was really funny that night. Remember,
And
I told
by
the
the
story
way-
of Mickey Mantle.
By the way,
Yeah.
as an
Really nice.
aside, Hall of Famer.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay? It's what did he do on the field?
Yep.
You don't want to put him in as a manager, I'm good with that. But he
Shouldn't be
was
as
a Hall of Famer as a player.
And
Well,
he shouldn't be as a manager. He was great.
You watch when people argue with me about whether or not we bet on baseball and whether we bet on to lose or anything like that. I just show them a clip of the 70 All-Star game where he runs over Ray Fosse.
Oh.
Do you think that's an all-star game?
That's
That's an all-star game.
Yep.
Do you think that man wanted to lose a game? If he was
Absolutely
going to
not.
run over somebody in an all-star
Right.
game.
And
he's
by the
still
way,
gonna
that was
run.
my catcher he ran over.
Ray Fosse.
I was an Oakland A fan at the time.
Yeah.
Ray Fosse.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes,
In fact, one quick story here that my son just reminded me of was when we were in line waiting to see Pete Rose. It was finally our turn. My son was in front of me and slid a picture over to Mr. Rose, and my son happened to be wearing a Red Sox shirt. And Pete looked at him and looked at his shirt and goes, "What team is that?" And Robert goes, "It's the Red Sox." And Pete leans in and goes, "You know, the Red Sox suck." And had this great big smile on his face and signed the picture. And then on top of that, looked at that picture and said, "Do you know where this picture was taken?" And he explained to my son that it was taken right at Wrigley Field. It's one of the famous pictures of him diving headfirst into third. It was such a great experience for Robert and for all of us again. So
he was it was interesting to walk in with him. You know, he came in and I was there early, as you guys know.
yeah,
And walking in with him and realized he was 80.
he was 80 years old.
80.
Yeah, it
And-
makes sense.
Slow. And you still look at him, and to me, he's still, you know, he's rounded second.
That's right.
Charlie Hustle with a little H at that point.
Yeah, and you know, and the first dinner that I went down with my wife. We were invited down to the dinner down in New Hampshire, and Tony Perez was there. He was there with Louis Tion, Bernie Carbo,
Yep.
Rico Petroselli. I can't think if there was another 75 guy there or not, but they sat around after everything was over, and we were still there. And I was sitting at the table, and I was listening to them talk about the 75 World Series.
Yeah.
And I was 11. I was 11 years old again. In fact, the director came up behind my wife, who was kind of teary-eyed, looking at it, watching me, and I said, "Look at him, he's a kid again."
Yeah.
And Kim said, "Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He's a kid again." And I was. I didn't say a word. I just listened.
Yep.
And it was just, you know, when you make the bat and you make a little bit of money off of the bat,
Mhm.
which is not a lot, but it's a little bit, and it helps out. And we travel with it, but it's those things.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Those things are the stuff that I do it for. I do it because, you know, you know, Dave's a great guy. He tries to hook me up as much as he can.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to knock on wood. I'm going to say something. You're probably going to get mad at me, but he's seriously considering the 75 outfield
Yeah.
of Riceland and Evans. The Fisher Cats do want to do a dinner again. They wanted to do one this November, but it's a little bit too early. Their choice, did I tell you their choice?
No?
Their choice, who they wanted to bring in, was the manager of the Blue Jays. And he
Really?
wanted $35,000. And Dave started laughing and said, "I can get you bars to like 20." Are you kidding me? And he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
So they're going to put it off for this year, but he's thinking about it next year. And I just said to him,
It'd be great.
I just think it would sell out.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I think that people our age who grew up with
And
that
by the way,
outfield,
we're old.
Yes. Yeah.
who grew up with those players,
Yeah.
seeing Jim Rice play every day, seeing Fred Lynn
Oh yeah.
on that outfield, you know, I think it would sell out.
Definitely.
I truly do. We've been very lucky with the people Your first one was
Steve Carlton.
you walked in with him.
We
That's
walked
right.
in with Steve Carlton,
That's
the
right.
main boys that
That's right. We
that
did.
were able, that opened the door for him.
That's right.
That's
Yeah.
right. We did.
And then-
I told my wife I could get on the phone and call Mark Hoop now.
Yeah.
Tell him to get over here. And by that time, I think you recognized that I was with somebody.
Yeah.
And you started picking up your pace a little bit.
Yes, we did.
Absolutely.
And you made it in time. I was showing him a bat, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. And then when we were in line to get in, who walks by us but Bill Lee?
Absolutely.
who just pitched, I think he said, 3 innings the night before in Florida or something.
Yeah.
So, and he was in his 70s, so.
That's who was there. Bill Lee was there with that 75 group as well. I forgot.
Yeah,
Bill Lee
and
was
Bill
there.
Lee tells some of the most entertaining stories you'll ever hear. No censoring anything with what he says.
No.
But man, he walking around to the tables too and just hanging out with people, and just it's just such a great group that's there. Not only the athletes and the vendors, but it's everybody. It's just everybody's there as fans.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
And it's a great event, and I hope they bring it back.
Absolutely, yeah.
And if you get the opportunity to go, you should go, because if you're a baseball fan, there's always he always brings a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a Hall of Famer there, whether it's Wade or not. I mean, it's been Wade 2 or 3 times now.
Yeah.
Who's a great guy, and very willing to sign. Very polite.
Yep.
The whole nine. I can't speak enough about Wade. Robert, if you grab that Wade Boggs bat up there. He was recently named the official spokesman of Pabst Blue Ribbon. So, we did a bat.
Fifth one down.
Yep.
Right there.
And we give it to your dad, and he can show it. I sent these down unknown. He did not know they were coming.
No kidding.
And no, he did not. And I sent them down to him, and he called himself the original Cool Blue, and show him the bat knob. The bat knob's cool. It's the PBR label.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There it is.
Look at that.
And,
And
he
they are
loved
not
them.
sponsoring this
No.
YouTube series, by the way.
I sent him down a
Thanks,
half
Robert.
dozen, but I sent him down 8, and he signed 2, and I have one, and I gave one to my stepson,
Yeah.
Chase's dad, who has he has the other one that's in his office. He has that in his office at the bank.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's we've been really. I mean, we've seen Pete Rose,
Steve Carlton, Wade Boggs.
Wade Boggs,
Denny McLean.
Danny McLean
Yeah.
was there.
I've seen
That
him.
one.
Yeah.
There was another Hall of Famer.
Yes.
Bill Scossage.
Yes,
Goose
Goose
Gossage.
Bill Scossage was there. Bucky Dent, I think, was there.
Bucky.
at that time.
Bucky.
Effin Dent was
Yes.
there.
Who was
And he was class. He was
very nice guy.
Yep.
Very much so.
I even did a bat, and Bucky Dent signed it for me, if you can believe that. But, the guy said, I'd never get something signed by him. You kidding? That's history. It was
So,
history.
Yeah.
just as an aside though, Mike, who else have you made bats for specifically? So in order for Wade Boggs, who else?
I've done Boggs. We just did Joe Mauer. We've done Joe Mauer a few times. We've done David Ortiz. You can find those on Steiner Sports, by the way. Jason Veritek, also on Steiner Sports. We've done Petey. We've done Fisk. A bunch of other. I'm trying to go through all the ones I've done. We did some bats for. We sent one to Tom Hanks. There was a League of Their Own celebration.
Oh my gosh.
And down at Tropicana Field.
Yeah.
And he had a few of the actresses who were in it.
Yeah.
Betty Spaghetti was one of them.
Oh yeah.
And who was Penny Williams' daughter.
Oh,
And
I didn't know that.
we gave her a Penny Williams bat as well.
Oh,
We
very
had one
nice.
special for her.
Yeah.
And then we did a bat for her.
Penny Marshall.
Penny Marshall.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, Penny Marshall. And Lori Petty. Lori
Yep.
Petty, who was played the sister,
Yep.
Dottie's sister. We did one for the actress's name. I'm losing it. Who played Dottie?
Gina Davis.
Gina Davis. We did one for Gina Davis as well at that same time. Randy Rosarena.
Oh,
We
wow.
did some rookie bats for
Yeah.
Randy Rosarena. These are all just off the top of my head. There's plenty more.
Yeah.
We've done a lot of team bats as well. We've done. We did the Killer Bees, which I call the Red Sox outfield of Benintendi, Bradley, and Betts.
Oh, very nice.
And those were signed by the 3 of them.
Oh, wow.
We
That's
did.
awesome.
We did. Brock Holt. Brock Holt was the first player to hit for a cycle.
Now, if I remember
Postseason.
correctly, wasn't Brock Holt your wife's favorite player?
Yeah, she liked Jackie Bradley Jr.
Oh, Jackie Bradley.
Jackie
Okay.
Bradley Jr. We met Jackie the first time that we went down to Tampa when Dave flew us down that first year, and we went for the opening day, and they were playing the Red Sox, and we saw all 4 games. We worked with the museum as well, and Jackie was signing, and it was already her favorite player because her mom used to live in South Carolina.
Yeah.
And
wow.
Jackie played in
Okay.
South Carolina.
Yep.
Yep.
And I told her to go down the hallway, and I said, just go down the hallway. She goes, what? Let's go down the hallway. So she went down the hallway, and she turned, and she saw that it was him, and she turned and looked at me. She went, and I said, that is JBJ. And so while we were there, I said to Dave, that's her favorite player. She loves Jackie Bradley Jr.
Yeah.
And Dave came over to me and said, watch this. And Jackie went over and he tapped her on the shoulder and said, ma'am, do you mind having a picture taken with me? And
Oh,
she
my.
felt melted. And
I can
so
imagine.
we had our picture taken with Jackie Bradley Jr., which we sent down, and we have a signed picture of him.
Oh,
that
that's
he did
great.
it. In fact, I did for our anniversary a couple of years ago, I did a cameo. I don't know if you're familiar with cameo.
Yeah.
With the video. So I had Jackie do it. I paid to have that done. And I called Dave, and I said to Dave, I said, yeah, I just did a cameo for Jackie as for Kim for our anniversary. She goes, you paid him? And I said, yeah. And next thing I knew, I had a refund.
Oh my goodness.
And he said a really nice little thing about meeting us and stuff. He remembered. He remembered that he'd met us and that she was all gushing down at the museum and stuff. So Jackie's her.
Yeah.
We've done a few Jackie bats. We did when he won the MVP of the ALCS
Yep.
in 18. We did a bat for that as well. I'm trying to think of who else from that team. I don't think we didn't do anything with Mookie, but I know we did Jackie, and I know we did Burkhart because of the cycle.
Now, you people that are watching this, you got to remember something. This guy is from Maine.
Yeah.
Okay, he's our friend. Imagine such a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That he wants to hang out with us.
Yeah.
A few times you've seen us, you said, "Who are these two, idiots?" And now you see someone who really, has not only brought, baseball more clarity, if you will, by these bats and by these, stories that he has. And by the way, these are not just stories that are fantasy. These are real life stories. And for someone like Pete and myself, to have a friend like Mike.
Yeah.
Again,
Likewise.
we can't say enough about him. We can't say enough about anybody watching this that are thinking hey, maybe I could do something. I mean, Mike, these bats. Who knows? Well, maybe I'll ask that question. What even made you think about doing bats?
I think I saw an ad on like YouTube or something for like big time bats or whatever, and I do that. They charge an outrageous amount of money, and I don't. I don't believe. I know that sounds weird, but I'd rather sell 20 at $80 than 10 at 150.
Exactly.
I mean, I'd rather do that.
Yeah.
Because I think it becomes more available to the fan.
Yep.
And memorabilia seems to be pricing people out of things.
There's no doubt about that.
And, you look around here, and one of the things that I like to do, and I've done it with Robert a few times, is I have my own mat cutter.
Yeah.
So everything that you see in here, I cut it. I made the mat for it. I cut that out. The Belichick one, I did that one. I did that one as well, and it's fun. I enjoy doing that. The Ali one that you're seeing right there. Yeah, I got the photo from Dave. I traded some bats for the photo. Angela Dundee used to do a lot with the museum.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
He was a big fundraiser. He said there were 2 people who could open up any door. Ted Williams was one. Angela Dundee was the other.
I'll bet.
Everyone wanted to hear about the channel.
Yeah.
And that's his famous fight in Lewiston.
Yes. Yeah.
And I know you know the story, but my dad was there.
Yeah.
And that's a scan of his ticket. That's there. My brother has the ticket. And I remember we found that when Mom passed, and so I said, geez, I got to do something with that. And so
Yeah.
Greg kept the ticket, which he should, and I just did a scan and I just printed it off and I brought it in, and then I just put it with the Ali one, and that's that famous standing over when he went down, because my dad never saw it.
Right.
He was buying beer, and Robert Goulet screwed up the national anthem and he couldn't stand it. So he got up and left, and when he came back, what happened? I don't know.
Right.
If you look really quick, there is punch.
Mhm.
He does hit it.
And we got to, kind of wrap this up, but I do want to say, and Mike doesn't know I'm doing this, but if you are watching us right now and or subscribing to us, if you've got something, an occasion, I know Mike has made bats for an entire team. He is a teacher by day and a bat maker by night, and other things. But by all means, shoot us a message. We could hook you up.
Yep.
Again, these things,
I appreciate that.
an $80 bat. I remember one of the first bats that Mike did with any kind of quantity. I can't remember the company. You might remember it, Mike. But somebody was buying bats for his entire company of workers.
Yeah, you guys arranged that.
Yes.
And
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you remember who did?
I don't remember the name of the company, but
And it
we
was
did
amazing.
over 100. Yeah, it was
Over
great.
100 bats.
Yeah, it was great.
So it can be any special occasion. It can be a singular bat.
Yeah.
They were
Um,
Christmas presents.
That's right.
That's what it
Yep.
was. Christmas presents, and he was giving them to his employees.
Yep.
So again, I know I'm putting words in his mouth by saying he'll do it, but there
He'll do it.
probably is an opportunity here if there's something you want.
If
Yep.
you have, someone who's playing Little League or won a state championship or something like that. We did Halldale a few years ago. I did bats for the Halldale team.
That is
Yeah.
And,
That's great.
they got some championship bats with that. And I used to do Erston forever.
Yeah.
The graduation, to graduating seniors.
Right.
We used to do those. And we've done baby bats. We've done...
So now he's saying we, but it's really him. He does all the work.
Well,
All you do is you say, "Hey, give me the contact."
behind every
and
man, there's
we'll
a
make
good
it-
woman.
That-
You know
that's-
that.
Yeah.
And she's very patient.
Kimmy is awesome. There's no doubt about
she's
it.
very patient with that stuff, that her kitchen gets destroyed.
Yeah.
Because they're done. The dipping process of making sure everything stays on is in her kitchen.
Yeah.
And she's lost a little bit of space there, but she gets a cruise every year. So
There we go.
I think that's a pretty fair trade.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Mike,
Yeah. Thank you very much.
for
Thanks
having
for
us
coming
here,
down.
but also
Yeah.
for joining us.
Yeah,
Glad
this
to
was
do it.
great.
Glad to do it.
Yeah, and remember, folks, if you have any questions for us, comments, any ways we can make this better right here, please leave us a comment, drop us a line, please like and subscribe. That's going to help us out. And we will come back next week with our next video, which will be the video before we go to the National, because we head out the following week. So, thanks again, everybody, for watching, and we will talk to you later.
Absolutely. See ya.